Did you ever hear about the woman who lived her life lived as a man for a year?
I think you sent me this, and she
She wrote a book, like she lived her life as a man, and she was like,
did she commit suicide?
she was like, I don't know if she committed suicide, but I know she was like, the amount of rejection, she was like, I don't know how men can deal with the amount of rejection and the amount of like that you have to go through on a day-to-day basis. Like, people don't realize what it takes to actually be the protector and the provider. Mm-hmm. That means you're the front line, and if it fails, it's your fault.
Mm-hmm. You know, like, I can go down that route a lot, a little thing, because, her holding that burden, that responsibility, as a man, like, you've been bred internally, like, that it's that feeling, what I mean? Like, oh, I saw my dad do it. Now it's my turn to step up and do it.
Right.
And if I try to step up and do it and I fail, or if I don't succeed, then I'm a failure, what I mean? And then, that alone carries its own weight, but the thing is that you're, now you're stepping up and you're actually doing it and stuff like that. This hit me real hard the other day.
Right.
Of how hard it is to be the provider, the protector, for the family and stuff like that. And I don't know if Ellie's ever done this to you. Okay. All right. Mateo, this is on 2 occasions this has happened. Okay. And he's eating something and he starts choking.
Okay.
All right. And without hesitation, Crystal brings him to me. All right.
Okay.
Like, I want to protect my son. Okay.
Right.
I'm not a medic or anything like that. Like, I know I know enough of CPR and first response and, measurements to help him, Heimlich maneuver for a baby or stuff like that, or, whatever it may be,
Right.
But what if that don't work?
Right. Right.
Now I have my son in my arms, and I'm just seeing his life slip away from him. All right.
Yep.
Like, bro, that's just like getting to me right now.
Bro, it's
all right. And so
I was there, bro, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was there 2 weeks ago, bro.
And
I already know.
And it's just tough to know that, what? I have to carry that burden, I don't want to put it on my wife. It's my job to
Right.
protect everybody, just to make
Right.
sure everybody's safe. All right. And if that fails, guess what? Do I blame her for not, she was, she's the one that had him first.
Right.
Like, you're not going to do that. No, it's my job.
Right.
Man, like things like that, that's tough to like that. You know what I did immediately, and I recommend every single body to do this. All right. This tool's $20. It has 3 different freaking face masks on it, like that. It's a literal toddler plunger. All right. Like that. Go on Amazon. All right. I don't know the actual name for it, guys. All right. Just
toddler plunger.
Yeah. Just, yeah. Freaking like just a Heimlich maneuver for
Hold on.
Like, yeah,
You
look
said
up the name.
You said you recommend it, so I'm gonna go.
Bro, highly recommend it for first time parents or any parents.
Parents.
All right. Yeah, any parents that have small kids that they're at that age, because my son's already at that age that is constantly sticking things in his mouth. All right. Like right now, like I tend to keep coins on my nightstand. This little motherfucker is just he just dips over there, just whatever he can grab, he takes it off my nightstand and freaking puts it in his mouth.
Right.
All right. Like pennies and quarters and stuff like that. I had to slap out a little freaking, we had these little black rocks, like accent rocks on our.
Is it this Life Vac?
Yes. That thing right there. Get it.
Life Vac.
Yeah.
It's $80.
It's $80?
It's $80.
Nah, bro, I paid cheaper than that.
Well, the Life Vacs is
Nah, this
$80.
is like, no, I'm just, yeah.
But it's something like that.
Yeah, this is it, but just get the.
All you need is one that.
Yeah, yeah. There's one like $60, and it just it doesn't have the whole setup. You see, like $40 like that.
All right.
It just has the actual. That thing probably has a little bit more in it, but
I searched under toddler choking rescue device.
Yeah. All right. Well worth it, bro. I've seen on 2 different occasions video footage, all right, where you know, guess what? They're at like Golden Corral. They're at a restaurant like that, and the mother is feeding the child. The child starts choking. What did the mother do? Gave it to the husband. All right, husband's trying to freaking do a Heimlich maneuver to the baby. It's not working. Pat in the back, probably lodging in the food even more.
Right.
Like that. 2 separate occasions. All right, different restaurants and stuff like that. And luckily enough, someone in the restaurant that also had kids, they came, ran through. They freaking give me your son. They put it on the mask and just plunge that thing. It sucks it out like a plunger. All right, like that.
Nice.
So the first time that happened with Mateo, like that, no, immediately as soon as he coughed it out, because it got real bad. It kind of freaked me out because he was coughing, but it was snot coming out his nose too, like that. You could tell, he was
he was going through it. Yeah.
So yeah, he coughed it out, ended up passing it. It was from a certain snack that we've never gave him, and it swelled up. The snack swelled up. It was like a bread-like snack, and it swelled up with his milk, like that, and so that's why he was coughing.
In his throat,
yeah. So we just didn't give him that thing again. But yeah, immediately as that happened, bro, went on Amazon, bought that thing. All right. So we keep it in his backpack with him, at the bottom of his backpack. So like his little changing bag that we always have. Like that. It's in
always
there.
Yeah.
Like that. And I tell my wife all the time, just keep it in there. All right. It's better to have it and not use it than to need it and don't have it.
Well, I just ordered it.
Yeah, bro.
I just ordered it.
Yes, and if you get the package that we get, it has it has a small kid size ones, and then once they become actual teenagers, it's a little bit bigger for the teenager.
Because we got Jewel too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always have a diaper bag when you got the baby. So I just ordered it. But like,
let's go back to that scenario though. You know what I mean? I'm like, that shit hit me hard.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is that, I think about it and I'm like, fuck, the amount of stress, the anxiety, and.
Bro, I went when we were at the hospital with Jules. We were switching off back and forth, right? Because we got 2, right? So we're switching off back and forth. And I was like, Ellie's like, I just want to leave. And I was like, well, just tell him you want to leave. Tell him pack up his stuff so we can leave. And she was like, I'm gonna wait till you get here.
Mm-hmm.
So it was on me to like confront all the doctors, right, all the time. And so I'm there and I'm like cussing doctors out, and they were like, we're gonna intubate him, and I was like, he's looks better now than he did when he got here. Like, there's no reason for you to escalate the treatment. Like, you're escalating, and I don't think you should be, right? So I'm going through, I'm doing all the stuff with the doctors, right? And I'm just like, and I'm begging the doctors to like just chill out, like watch, don't, whatever, do the stuff they're doing. And the whole time, like, I'm trying to be like calm, and I'm calling my dad, and my dad's like, no, leave him there. It's going, and so we're going through all this shit, right? And so finally we get the doctors to let him like just chill overnight. And bro, straight up, like, I'm there. They leave him overnight. They say, hey, he's got a lot better. Shout out to y'all for really advocating for him. And bro, I was talking to the doctor the second time I seen him, bro. Doctor, I don't know if his last name is Brandon, but it's Brandon. His name is Brandon, in the ICU takes to the hospital. Bro, I just broke down crying, bro. And I was like, thank you for helping my son.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting up with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, thank you for helping my son. And it's just like, and we're there, right? And like, it's just like a different, like, it's different because you have to fight, right? But like, bro, it's a lot, bro.
It's a very fine balance,
it's a lot, bro.
And you have to be able to turn it on, to be that aggressive, masculine man, with no remorse and stuff like that, because it's time to handle business. All right. But then you need to be able to back out, go into your own world, and then just find some type of sanctuary, so and calmness, like that. And for me, that I think that's why I really gravitate to just like aggressive, like obviously sports. I have my outlets, gun games and shit like that.
right.
I mean, just like, I can't, in the real world, I know the repercussions of what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I can't go play hardcore in the mall.
Yeah, exactly. But then, I get the question all the time, because for the better half, for over 12 years now. I wouldn't over a decade now. Well, no, not even, because since 14, so 2 decades now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've been in some type of combat sport.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether it was wrestling in middle school, high school, then the military, actually doing the shit.
Right.
Now in my career as an MMA fighter, now me being an instructor. For the last 20, 2 decades, 20 years, I've been in some, combat, action sport, and so the question that's asked to me, like, oh, coach, have you ever been in a fight like that? I'm like, outside the gym? No. You know what I mean? And it's the quote, have you ever heard that quote where no one will...
Yes, bro.
No one
will ever understand the violence it become.
Yes.
To be this gentle.
Yes. All right.
Yes, bro.
It's also like that, like the Chinese proverbs, like that, where it's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in a war.
Yep.
Like that. All right. And
go ahead.
Yeah. And so go ahead. No. Yeah.
I just don't think that people really understand, bro. Like, the thing about fighting in the street, right? For you, for me, the thing about fighting in the street, for Anderson Silva, for fucking Robbie Lawler, bro.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Robbie Lawler on the train?
No.
They were.
This is recent.
This is recent, bro.
I wouldn't want to fuck with him.
I don't want to fuck with Robbie Lawler in general.
Yeah.
But so the thing about guys like us, is I can do this when I'm not angry. So if I'm angry and I do it, it's gonna be a real problem.
I'm scared if I ever see red. I've never been to that point, and the thing is too is like, because I understand the amount of violence that I can bring to the table. Like I have, and I just, a matter of fact, I was just telling this to my wife. I mean, I could be so passive, with a lot of people. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna be one of those road rage kind of type of persons,
right.
Like that, those explosive like that. It could be very troublesome, for me at points if I let it become implosive, because those people, freaking 10x when they finally freaking fall off the edge, for sure,
right.
Like that. But I'm like, a lot of times it just puts in perspective. A lot of times when people are, coming to you with some bullshit like that. It's like, bro, get away from me.
So there was a bus of protesters in New York.
Yeah.
There was a bus of UFC fighters in New York that got surrounded by protesters. Robbie Lawler was on the bus. So
this was recent?
This was recent, bro. This was...
What is he? I was like, well,
November 11th.
I know he's not fighting no more. But.
So they're on the bus, and, it starts to escalate. And Robbie Lawler's like, luckily for them, they didn't escalate it.
Yeah.
Because Robbie fought that whole fight with his lip split. Like it was gnarly.
Yeah.
And he was like, let's go.
Yeah.
You protesters are not ready for an angry Robbie Lawler. Yeah. And even though, and this is...
What were they protesting? You know what they were protesting?
Palestinian protesters, I think. Pro-Palestinian protesters.
What was that?
Look, I don't know why they were pissed at Robbie Lawler. Yeah. But and this is, I by no means condone this at all. But do you remember the story about War Machine? And War Machine and the porn star...
I was like Iron Man.
No, so it's
War Machine and the Pro. Oh, when he beat
up his girlfriend, the porn star, because he thought she was cheating on him. Blah 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 blah. But he almost fucking killed him, bro. Like he almost killed him.
Yeah,
like it was bad. And whatever. I mean, he's an asshole for that. But that's the problem, bro. Like that's the problem. Like it's like it. His mental health was unstable. Yeah. Which is an issue because he should have been able to either talk it out or walk away or whatever.
Help for it.
He needed the help. But bro, people don't understand, bro. I'm not trying to get into a fight on the street. A fight on the street is going to equal jail.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Like, I'm like, if I ain't fighting for money, yeah. like that. The only other reason is because I need to protect my loved ones.
Right. Because I have to. I have to really fuck somebody.
Yeah, that's it. Like that's the line that freaking that I had, like that I draw in the sand. All right. Anything else before that, I'm like, bro, get away from me. But the second that you step over that line and now it's threatening my loved ones, you
true story. I was in HEB. This is a true story, bro. And you go to HEB with Crystal.
Yeah.
And she's like, go get something off of something. I don't know anything about grocery shopping, so I'm walking around the store, right?
I like walking up the aisles.
So I'm just aisle by aisle, right? So my phone is ringing. So I get it, and Ellie's like, this dude said something to me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I was like, okay, here I go. Where are you? And so she's like, this guy was on the phone. He was walking down the aisle, and he was talking, and he was like, I hit bitches too. And he looked right at me, right? True story, bro. True story. And so I was like, okay. And I was like, well, calm down, babe. Where, she was like, no, this motherfucker. Okay. I was like, babe, calm down. So we're walking through the store, and then she goes, that's him right there. Right? Bro.
Get him.
I looked at this dude, and I was like, this bitch right here? Dude, that dude looked at me, turned around, and walked the other way so fucking fast. Because it's like, A, I don't really want to fight this dude in the store.
Yeah.
Right? But B, that dude don't really want to fight me in the store.
Yeah.
And when you look at somebody, like, like if you, I remember when you were working at the nightclub.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like it was a point where you like, oh no, this guy doesn't really want it. And the guy's like, nah, I don't really want it.
I got in a huge brawl one time being a security in a nightclub like that. And like, I remember when I had to take down one guy. All right. And this is the time you remember Jared.
Yeah.
So Jared's the one that got us the job. So
right.
I took down the guy. Jared, subdued that guy and pinned him down. He was like that. And when I got back up, as soon as I turned back around, I saw the biggest guy freaking coming at me. He wanted to come in. And then I pushed him back, like that, and he was a big dude.
Right.
But like as soon as I did that and I put my weight on him, it was like, oh man, I'm good, man. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
'Cause he just saw what I just did to his friend.
Right. Right.
Like that. I was like, thank God, bro, because like I know you big, and I still give you the smoke, but I'm like, but,
and that was like 160-pound Eric too.
Yeah, bro. No, I was fighting at 145.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Like what the fuck am I doing beating a bouncer at 145? Well, hey, that just goes to show you. All right, like that. I know a little bit more than you do. Okay?
Right. Bro, like but all that to say, bro, that we found an outlet for us that kind of works. Like it lets you get out the frustration. But right, wrong, or indifferent, bro, I still think that men need a safe space that they can talk. And to me, if you're gonna use that safe space, like if you want the least amount of potential blowback from it, I would say therapy, bro.
Yeah, I'm not a big advocate for therapy. Always, my wife has came to me at times, hey, let's go see, a couple therapists and stuff like that. And I'm like, for what? So, we could pay someone to talk to them and stuff. Why can't we just talk?
Right.
But, you do need that mediator,
Right.
You need that person that has that years of experience to ask you the questions that you're probably, not asking yourself, or you just want to stay away from it.
Right.
Because, you don't want to go down that route, that road and freaking start to confront those demons and those, that dark side, those, intrusive thoughts.
The stuff that you tried to lock away.
Yeah, what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to really happen, how you're going to come out on the other side, and so, yeah, it's important. Or there's times that, you just don't have no one with you,
Right.
You're freaking young, you're living in a studio apartment and freaking, there's no one there that you can really rely on, what I mean? And maybe you're introverted, you don't like to go out and stuff like that. Like, I'm literally describing myself in my mid-20s right now, what I mean? And, just to have someone there to talk to, what I mean? It's not like you're getting diagnosed as, being schizophrenic or crazy or
Bingo.
Because that's what,
Bingo.
I know that's why I don't care to talk to. I'm like,
Bingo,
I'm not
bro.
crazy.
Bingo,
why am I going to,
bro.
like that? You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Again, it just begs the question, okay, you can't let the king bleed. You can't let no one see the king bleed. But when does he, when's he's able to be himself?
Right.
When's he able to, relax? When's he able to take his armor off? When's he, things like that.
When you cry alone in the shower, bro.
Yeah, what I mean? And I'm not talking about after a Saturday comp class because you still suck.
right.
But
balled up in the corner, like I can't believe my guard got passed.
And
I did that yesterday.
one thing that I've been really hearing a lot lately. All right, this saying right here: tough times create tough men. Tough men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create tough times.
Cyclical, baby.
All right, and again, it just goes back to what we were talking about. The last episode. It's just a different time right now. Like you can say one thing and someone take it, totally different, another way, and then before you know it, cancer culture is a real thing right now. They're ready to freaking just crucify you, and thing.
But or people will come at you on the internet.
Mm-hmm. They're
Twitter beefing. Twitter beefing.
They're protected behind that keyboard.
But then you see them in person, you're like, I thought you were gonna beat my ass.
Yeah, I thought it was on site.
And then they're like,
well, now.
Oh my god, yeah. You're like, come on, man, stop.
Yeah.
But you just hit the nail on the head because that used to be me, bro. I used to be like, man, I'm gonna go to a therapist. They're gonna tell me I'm depressed, I'm manic depressive, I'm scale number 3, I'm bipolar, and all this.
Here's some Zoloft,
right? And that's not necessary. So actually, and Angela was the one that presented this to me like this, like you just said. Maybe it's just somebody that you can talk to.
Yeah.
It's the therapist. You're paying them to listen to you, right? And so maybe you care what they have to say. Maybe you don't. But if but then it is good to have somebody there who's completely neutral in the sense, like if you go see, Dr. Fred, he doesn't know your wife.
Yeah.
He doesn't know Lalo. Like, he doesn't know me. So when you go in and you're like, da 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 da, and he was like, well, maybe Crystal means this. He might kind of have a point because he doesn't really know her. He's just listening to the situation, and it may be able
non-biased, totally non-biased,
and it may be able to turn the way that you think a little bit. Like, oh man, that may be what. Oh shit, or it's like maybe she needs to seek a little therapy too because that doesn't necessarily make sense if this is all that's going on. But it's really good to just have somebody there that you can talk to, and then when you leave, you don't have to worry about whether or not that person is going to go out and come back to the gym and tell everybody at the gym, Eric said this about you, and Eric said that.
Yeah.
You could just say it, be safe, walk away.
Yeah.
And so, and that to me, bro, is the value of therapy. And I also like a lot of people like same race, like they want to go to black doctor, Hispanic doctor. But I feel like, for me, the circles that you get in become smaller and smaller and smaller.
Oh yeah.
So as you become
especially when you become older. Yeah.
So now it's the circle of black professionals becomes smaller. And so for me, like, it's just an added layer of if you go outside that circle for your professional. Like if you're going to use a therapist, you do whatever makes you feel most comfortable. But like for me, I feel like my accountant should probably be a white dude who's probably not hanging around any of my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, I don't
totally different
just
perspective.
Completely different dude. Like
Yeah.
he's way over there.
Yeah.
And he's there. He's never gonna run into a bar like, oh yeah, that's one of my clients. Like but that's just that's just me.